Welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have in the bulletin.
New U.S. visa surcharge delayed. NCB executive facing 6 counts of rape among other charges. And later in sports, India in control of first test against West Indies after day 2.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Carrie Simpson. Here are the details. Up first this afternoon, the current U.S. government shutdown has resulted in the delay of the start of the implementation of a $250 surcharge on non-immigrant visa applications. The new arrangement should have taken effect on October 1. According to reports from the U.S., the Department of State and the Department of Homeland Security need to coordinate on how the fee will be collected, processed, and potentially refunded. However, the current government shutdown is impacting the timeliness and readiness of updates and guidance from federal agencies. When the new fee takes effect, Jamaicans will pay $435 for a tourist or business visa. That's the equivalent of a little over 70,000 Jamaican dollars. This is up from $185. Now, compliant visa holders who adhere to their visa terms are eligible for a refund. A Portland bus operator died in a house fire in the community of Drapers Heights this morning. He has been identified as 39-year-old Stevie Duncan, otherwise called Ricky, a resident of Drapers Heights. Now, it's unclear how the fire started. However, the Port Antonio Fire Station received a call at 12:21 a.m. When firefighters arrived, the house was fully engulfed in flames. Now, during cooling down operations, Duncan's charred remains were found in the rubble inside the house. The cause of the fire is under investigation. As the year draws to a close, the St. James Police Division is launching its final major effort to combat crime, an initiative dubbed Operation Endgame. The operation comes as the police continues to see reduction in major crimes. Speaking with TVJ News, Superintendent Linroy Edwards says tackling petty larceny is a part of the operation.
We're partnered with the Agricultural Protection Branch, and we have strategized in a way to ensure that these criminals are targeted and part and parcel of our activities.
In the meantime, Superintendent Edwards confirmed that new strategies to disrupt criminal gangs in the parish.
We have added more teeth to our activities, more assets, more intense, a combination of old and new strategies combined with our JDF partners and other formation. And the gangs, of course, have been feeling our effectiveness, and they are going to feel it even more. Mark our word.
Head of the Fraud Prevention Division at the National Commercial Bank, Dane Nicholson, has been slapped with 6 counts of rape and 2 counts of grievous sexual assault. TVJ News understands that the incidents allegedly took place last year at the complainant's residence. He was charged when he appeared before the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on September 16 and was granted bail in the sum of $1.2 million. When contacted, NCB declined to comment on the matter, however noted that it is aware of the report and the situation will be handled in accordance with its internal policies and procedures. Mr. Nicholson is expected to return to court on November 24. Residents from communities in Southwest St. Andrew are welcoming the reduction of murders in the area. Member of Parliament Dr. Angela Brown Burke, speaking at a party meeting in the constituency recently, says there have been no killings for about a week.
I want to say both the fact that murders are down, including any police fatalities as well. I think both are important. We continue to work together in the space. I want to give a big shout out to everyone who has contributed to where we are. And where we are is as much the result of the work of the police as well as the members in the community. And the police themselves will tell you how many individuals young men and young women in the community have reached out to them and said, let's have a conversation, whether it is on the corner, whether it is at the police station. I've been to several of those because they've called as well. And I also want to thank everyone.
Meanwhile, Dr. Brown-Burke says despite gaining more seats in Parliament in the September 3 general election, the PNP still has more work to do. The party won 28 seats in the last election. She also spoke about the future of the party and its leadership under Mark Golding.
We just closed the nomination for president of the PNP, and he went up unopposed. And it shows the confidence that members of the PNP have reposed in him. And as well, we closed the nomination for our vice presidents as well. 4 vice presidents, 3 returning, and Natalie Garvey also joining the other 3. And I want to wish them well as they begin a new year of office. Comrade Donna Scott-Motley did not run, as you would know, and I also want to thank her for the sterling work that she did as well.
After years of challenges, the Pineapple Craft Market in St. Anne is back in business. As the vendors look to begin earning again, the government says it will be looking to boost public-private partnership to help players in the craft industry. Details in this report.
The Pineapple Craft Market was once a bustling hub for tourists seeking authentic Jamaican craft. But like many others, it fell on hard times due to declining visitor numbers, poor infrastructure, and the economic downturn from the COVID-19 pandemic.
But we're here today, we're resilient, and we're going to keep pushing.
On Thursday, the scenes for the market told a story of rebirth as representatives from several government agencies and the Sandals Foundation, which injected millions of dollars into upgrading the facilities and training vendors toward the facility.
We have guaranteed that we have added pieces that are going to make the place safe, secure, comfortable, and we have used our stakeholder power really to encourage all the people who have joined us here today from the wider St. Anne community, from the Port Authority to the TPD code to the hotel general managers, to just come and see what's going on here and to feel the energy and to feel the positive vibe.
While craft vendors look ahead to the upcoming cruise and winter tourist season, State Minister in the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Delano Seabright, pledged to work closely with members of the industry and urged craft vendors to embrace change to remain competitive.
I have said to a number of craft vendors and artisans that this is 2025, not 1985. A lot has changed. The world has adjusted. The tastes have adjusted. Technology has shifted. We have to ensure that our craft vendors and our artisans are adaptable, that they adapt to the changing times.
But even as vendors at this market strive to meet the demand for high-quality products, concerns about the location. However, President Claire Pink Bruce sees things differently.
Because we are secluded, so when people get away from the hustle and bustle, when they come to Pineapple Craft Market, they get a breather.
It's early days yet, but already talks about maintenance and getting customers into the market. Minister Seabright insists public-private partnerships will be critical.
And that's something that I am absolutely keen on. I'm going to play a very key role in bringing about collaboration between the Ministry of Investment, Industry and Commerce and the Ministry of Tourism, and of course the many private sector stakeholders and the vendors and the artisans to ensure that we have a truly productive craft industry.
Jamaica has marked a major milestone in youth empowerment and digital innovation as the I Am the Code Caribbean officially launched its regional program on Thursday.
In today's digital space, coding is power. It is why the Ministry of Education is integrating the I Am the Code initiative, a program aimed at improving the country's literacy and numeracy rate. Speaking with TVJ News, founder and CEO of I Am the Code, Lady Mariam Jam, explained how this program will help upskill the youth and prepare the next generation for the future of work.
You also need soft skills, life skills, human skills, empathy, compassion, collaboration, working together, analytical thinking, critical thinking, all of leadership skills, all of that are needed. But we need to make sure that when we have those skills, we have certification around them. Not just talking about them, but making sure that you are certified when you learn.
Education Minister Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon says starting January 2026, all schools across the island will have access, inclusive of a free intensive 12-week boot camp covering digital, AI, and leadership skills.
We're already launching our programs in relation to our coding clubs in schools, and so this will make it easier for us to get coding to every school. So it's not a Kingston thing. It has to have reach, especially in the rural areas, because a child in deep rural Clarendon should be able to have the same access to success as a child in St. Andrew.
Antonia Atkinson, TVJ News.
Residents in Yallah's St. Thomas are breathing a sigh of relief now that the roadworks near the Yallah's primary school have been completed. The residents say the repair has been long overdue.
The bad man, and see it now, the check team, thank God for the check team. The check team sorted out.
A lot of water used to be by the road where the kids them have to cross, so we really appreciate and big up the workman.
It is now time for a break, but stay with us. More stories when we return. Welcome back to the Midday News. The Jamaica Urban Transit Company, JUTC, is to develop a new student bus card that will include a built-in safety alert feature targeting students traveling on rural school buses. Education Minister Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon made the announcement during Wednesday's post-cabinet press briefing and urged parents to accompany their children to sign up for the card.
It is that card that the students will start using very soon to swipe when they go on the bus. And when they swipe that card, each parent will get an alert that they have entered the bus. They will get an alert also when they have left the bus. So
The National Rural School Bus Program was launched on September 8, with 60 buses rolled out across the island. Students will continue to travel free of charge until the end of October. After that, a subsidized fare of $50 per trip will be introduced. To support the rollout, 40 more buses are expected to be deployed between September and November. It is now time for the Business Minute.
The Caribbean Tourism Organization, CTO, says the Caribbean has now fully recovered from the fallout caused by the deadly COVID-19 pandemic. CTO Database Administrator Paul Garnes says visitor arrivals, which climbed by 2% last year, are now up by 6% when compared with the year before the pandemic. He also stressed that this demonstrated the resilience of the region, despite the softening demand from North America, which accounts for almost 80% of the region's visitors, as well as despite current geopolitical tensions. Further afield, the Food and Drug Administration has approved a new generic version of the abortion pill, mifepristone. The move allows 3 U.S. companies to now produce the pill. Mifepristone was first cleared 25 years ago, and the FDA authorized another generic in 2019. Critics blasted the approval, but health officials pointed out the FDA has limited discretion when generic drugs meet legal standards. Medical experts also cite decades of research showing mifepristone is safe and serious complications are rare. And that's it for the Business Minute. I'm Prince Moore.
Thank you, Prince Moore. Time now for the top regional and international stories.
In the region, the Inter-American Development Bank has approved a $160 million loan to help the Bahamas strengthen its disaster risk management. The funding will support national disaster planning, risk reduction, and training for public officials. It follows a 2023 loan that led to the country's Disaster Risk Management Act. The Bahamas is highly vulnerable to hurricanes, and the loan forms part of efforts to boost preparedness for its 390,000 residents. On the international scene, history has been made in the Church of England as for the first time a woman has been appointed Archbishop of Canterbury. 63-year-old Sarah Mullally, currently the Bishop of London, will take on the church's top role, becoming the spiritual leader of 85 million Anglicans worldwide. Before entering ministry, she had a distinguished career in healthcare, serving as England's Chief Nursing Officer and Director of a Patient Experience in the National Health Service. As Archbishop, she'll play a key role in national life and royal ceremonies, including events like the coronation of King Charles. And those were the top regional and international stories. I'm Nikinsky Robinson.
And we head to a quick break. When we come back, we'll have your Midday Sports Report.